Then there was smoke. This man was hanging by a rope. What up, Burnett? So everybody hopping on here right now. Hello, Miss Burnett. I don't know if the guy's even gonna show up today. I don't know if he meant today or tomorrow. He didn't. He hit me in the comments after. Burnett, you were there last night, so you saw it. You were there when the JR guy came in at the end, and he's like, "Hey, I want to do that Bible study for the Bible," and I was like, "Okay, sounds good." Hit me in the comments when we're done. He hit me up in the comments when we were done. He said 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's fine. I replied with, "I don't know what you mean by tomorrow." Yep. Okay. So just so everybody knows, this is real. I'm not making this shit up. So I hit him back, and yeah, see, Burnett says, "Yep, right there." She was there. She watched the whole thing. So I hit him back, and I was like, "Okay, what's your time zone?" And I have no idea what the guy's time zone is. I don't know where he's at. So he didn't reply, and I didn't know if he meant tomorrow as in today or tomorrow as in Tuesday, because I started streaming last night at 10, and we didn't get done till 4 in the morning. Yeah, it was about 6 hours. Yeah. So I didn't know if he meant tomorrow as in Tuesday or tomorrow as in today, 6 o'clock p.m. And I don't know what time zone he was in. So I just set it up for 6 p.m. and I'm here and he's not. So it may be for tomorrow. I sent him the link to this one. If not, I'm just going to duplicate this whenever he does finally reply to the comments and get an actual time and date set down. But I wanted to do this just in case, he showed up. That's the story here. This is somebody who asked to go to the Bible study in exchange for the Bible. You know me, I'm not going to say no. Like, my goal is to preach the gospel. That's my job. So as of right now, you don't have a show. So, and if I finish up Mark tonight, I'm not going to do it till later. But so right now, this is just an open panel. It's whatever you guys want to do. I've got some time to kill, more or less. But yeah, so far JR has not shown up, which is sad. I mean, it's just is what it is, though. I sent him the link, did it all real nice and nice thumbnail and everything. We'll find out. We'll find out. I don't know where I get the energy for this shit, but here we are. Having a pretty good day today. I don't know about you guys. Like, I can't really talk about it. I can't talk about it. It sucks. Other than that, man, yeah, I ain't got nothing. I got nothing. I did keep reading last night, too. Oof. Here's a link. Anybody want to come up and say hi? Otherwise, it's going to be a real fucking short show. I don't know where this guy is. I've got a... Ooh, what are you making in there? Ooh. I don't know if I can handle that. Anyway. Here we are. I mean, it just is what it is. The verses are up on the screen. They're the ones that, I would lead off with anyway. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It has nothing to do with fighting your body. There's no flesh involved. Nothing. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, to perfection. And then this would have been the part for that guy, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. When your obedience is fulfilled, when you learn perfection, when you have perfection, then you know you're saved. Till then, you ain't got shit. But I'm gonna guess, yeah, this guy's just not gonna show. Well, that sucks. Oh, that's sad. Anything else? I mean, does anybody got anything? Anybody? What can we do over here? I could do Mark. No, that's not. I don't want to do that right now. I don't know what to do now. Damn it. I'll sit and smoke a cigarette and wait and see if this guy does show up. Anyway, yeah, I mean, whew, good times. I'm gonna. I think I don't know. Maybe I should put it up on YouTube. Maybe I should put that video up on YouTube, shall I? I'll see. My daughter. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday, and she slipped going out the front door. She slipped. Like we had a snowstorm. Everything got shoveled, and we forgot the salt. She slipped on the stairs, and we got it recorded, and I put it on TikTok, and I got a comment from some dude who's got 2.6 million subs on some shit like he wants to put it on his YouTube channel, and he's got people that would want to use it. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm debating. I don't know what to do. Now I'm just bored. I thought I was doing a Bible study today. Anybody want to take his place? Ooh. Who's in here? I don't care who it is. You can come up. Come on. Brunette. Come on. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know what to do with the show. It was meant to be for the JR guy, and I kind of figured this is how it would go, but man. Damn it, Brunette. I was looking forward to this. But if this doesn't work, I'll delete this and then we'll set it up for when the guy actually is ready. He said he lives in the U.S., so, I mean, there's only like 4 possible time zones the guy could be in. 3, really. So, I mean, it was the best guess. I'm in Central, so I'm like, hey, like, you pick the middle. I took the best guess. Oh, yeah, see, boring. Boring. Well. Huh. What to do? What do we got on the board so far? Mark 8. Psalm 137, verse 9. I like Psalm 137. Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they carried us away captives, required of us a song. And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Ooh, it's going to be so brutal. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Ooh, so brutal. God is so good, though. Yeah, I don't know. So, that's the story behind this. I was here. Yep. I showed up 6 p.m. He might have meant tomorrow, though. So I'm not going to fault him. Other than that, yeah, I got nothing. I wasn't planning on doing Mark till later, if at all, because I thought we were going to be doing this for a while. Fucking Timothy. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, that works on so many levels. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. No, I don't. In fact, that's racist. You just asked me if I want a burger. That's racist. Yeah, it's racist against cows. It's racist against cows. What up, Dave? You want to come up here and chit chat? I'll let it fly. Just because I got nothing else, and well, it's you. Come on, maybe you should take his place, man. There he is. He was quick. Damn. You got a fast trigger finger there, buddy.
All
right.
Where'd you go, Perry? I don't see you.
What do you mean you don't see me? I'm right here.
I just see your avatar. I don't see you anywhere.
What?
What's happening? Oh, there you are.
How about now?
Yeah, I see you now.
Okay, there we go. What up, Dave? I don't see you.
Oh, hello,
Where are
Burnett.
you at? Come on now. Where's Dave?
I'm right here.
I can't see you.
Damn
All I
right.
see is your little avatar.
Hey,
Come on
I don't
now.
even have an avatar. You got a big eye.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh.
Show us that OnlyFans face.
So what have you been up to?
Oh, same old, man. Same old, same old. You know. Just fucking preaching and reading, man. That's it.
I hear you.
That's it.
I hear you. Yeah, you done it. Too bad. You had to come and celebrate Purim this week.
Celebrate God all day, every day.
No,
Yeah.
first of all, Purim is a story. God's not even mentioned in Purim.
Well, I mean, that should be your first warning.
What, Book of Esther? Isn't that in your Bible?
Well, yeah, the Book of Esther. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
I don't know what Purim is, to be honest, Dave. Just to be completely honest,
this
I
is
don't know what
essentially
Purim is.
All right, this is what the story of Purim is. The Jews were in the diaspora in Persia. Okay, King Cyrus, you've heard of him?
Yeah,
King
Xerxes, right?
Cyrus was the ruler of Persia, and he had an advisor named Haman.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very well of the story of Haman. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And wait, hang on.
That was a nasty story. I love
No,
it.
it's brutal. That's absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
But that's how God works for believers, man. That's exactly what He does. And the guy got hung from his own gallows.
Not only that, they not only killed Haman, they killed Haman's 10 sons, and they
Yeah,
killed
all of them.
100 people from the village.
Yeah.
That is spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah, no, I love that story. Yeah, very much.
Then we
And Mordecai, he had to walk Mordecai through the city
Yep.
wearing the king's clothes, and he thought it was going to be for him.
No, but it's also Queen Esther. What I liked is Queen Esther literally held out sexual favors until, Cyrus took care of business.
Well, not just that. She
was
stepped up.
spectacular.
Remember, she stepped up when she wasn't supposed to talk to the king. She went in front of him knowing that her even trying to get him to talk to her at that point could get her killed. And she did it anyway. She was willing to risk her life, her relationship with the king, everything, her entire future. She was willing to put it on the line to save her people.
Yep. And Esther, listen, she must have been a hottie to be able to pull this off. Absolutely fantastic story. And the great, it's almost like a Halloween celebration. Everyone, gets in, the kids getting out.
Oh, it's more than that, Dave. Dave,
Yeah.
check it out. It's an allegory, right, for what's about to happen between your people and my people.
Really?
Yeah. So in that story, you're Haman.
Come. Every
And I'm
time
Mordecai.
I try to be friendly with you, Perry.
I am. I'm being very friendly, man. In that story, you are Haman and I am
No,
Mordecai.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know what? No.
Yep. You're Haman. You think you're going to inherit it all? You think you're going to inherit it all? You hate me. You tell me I preach satanic shit. And in the end, you're going to be hung from your own gallows.
This is a story that's not. This is a story about a people. This is nothing that God.
It is a story about a people. Yeah. It's a story about believers.
And the problem is that as usual, you're going to try to put some.
No, there's no spin to it, man. It's a story about believers and what happens to the people who hate the believers.
You know the story.
Yeah.
And apparently you do. Then God's not mentioned. This is to do with the people that took care of themselves. That's what that story is. That's what makes the Book of Esther.
Well, you can think what you want. I'm not. You have that right.
You can read the book yourself.
I have. Yeah. That's how I know.
Okay,
That's
then
how I know
What
it.
I'm saying is the truth.
Well, that's yeah. So is what I'm saying. It's the truth too.
No, I mean, again, there's no mention of God in that book. It was people that figured out how to save themselves.
Okay. Well, you keep
If
thinking
I'm
that.
wrong, at least point out in the Book of Esther where I'm wrong.
They were
can't.
believers, Dave. They were believers. They trusted God.
You know.
Mordecai was a believer.
Perry. Again, God is not mentioned, and that is what makes the Book of Esther so unique in the Bible.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, you say what you say. I mean, obviously
Then
God
go to the Book
was
of
paying
Esther,
attention.
prove me wrong.
Well, I mean, it just is what it is. It's
It is
in the
what it
Bible.
is.
I mean,
And again,
so
it
they're
has
definitely believers.
This is a story of a people saving themselves. That's what makes us the unique.
It's only 10 chapters, right? We can pass these pastures. This pastures will reign from India, even to Ethiopia.
I mean, it's fantastic. They killed the guy's son. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's like we take no bullshit. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, God is no bullshit.
But this was the Jews that actually did that. Again, no mention of God.
Right, but God allowed it. God is in control of everything.
Yeah, this was true.
Yeah.
And God
So,
also
I mean,
created Esther
it
to
is what
be
it
her
is.
fine self, and Esther was able to, like, turn Cyrus. And, here's another little thing that you've heard of David Koresh, right? Have you ever wondered what the name?
You
David
mention
Koresh
him a
is?
lot. You mention him a whole lot.
Yeah. You know who he is, right?
Sort of, not particularly, but yeah.
Okay.
I do. If you told me,
David
like,
Koresh. You
there's
know
a whole
who
bunch of
Koresh
cult
is?
leaders. He's just one of them.
No. Do you know the name Koresh? You know what it is?
No, it's
That's
Hebrew.
Hebrew for Cyrus.
Yeah.
King David and Cyrus. Yeah.
Why are
David
you?
Koresh. That's what it stands for. But hey, it's a little trivia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
And unfortunately, I got one other serious issue. I'll have to cut this short.
no,
My nephew's daughter is having, unfortunately, a fentanyl issue, and it doesn't look good.
you know, I would give him the gospel. That's the best thing you can do.
Take my word for it. She's not going to listen to the gospel.
Well, is it she
But,
or he?
Can I ask you this? And I'm
Yeah.
being serious right now. You've known drug addicts that have been in really
Oh, yeah.
bad shape.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about something.
Yeah, I've
that
put a lot of my
people
friends in
say
the ground,
is
dude.
like an Oxycontin. You know what fentanyl is.
I've put a lot of my friends in the ground. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. My point is that now this is not looking good at all.
Right.
So,
It never does.
Yeah, but nobody's really in the mood when they're in that kind of mood to actually, unless they're willing to open their mind to it. You can't force it. You know that.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it depends on, you know, how it's brought to their attention. I mean, it's not like, see, you and everybody in your family is going to come at that person like, you need to quit, you need to quit, you need to quit, you need to quit.
No.
But the thing is the person's probably not going to quit ever. And
Yes, this is one of the big problems. Is this is a person that is an adult, and that takes away a lot of leverage. So either you got to do one of two things. Either you've got to hire goons to take her and basically lock her in a room. That's not going to work. Or
I've been down that road actually, dude. You can end up in jail for doing that, and it's shitty. That's shitty.
Legal routes, and
Which is no good either, because then their life is completely fucked with felonies and everything else. Yeah.
I mean, so basically, there's no good answer.
Right. Well, I mean, there is, but it would take, you know, they'd have to want it, and that's it. I mean, they gotta want it.
The one thing that's really sad about this is that this girl is 23 years old, and she looks like she's in her early 30s. It's just like, it's heartbreaking. But anyway, that was
I mean, it's the nature of the world, man.
This is what's different, I gotta say. When I was younger, I mean, you did pot, you had access to cocaine, Quaaludes, Valium, whatever, but you there was limited to the stuff that you had access to. And even if you go back 20, 25 years, if you do opiates, you do an Oxycontin or oxycodone.
Or opium, actually. I mean, if you go really bad,
actually, well, opium. But that was actually, I remember people smoking opium in the 80s. But you had to really know somebody to get a chunk of that.
Oh, but in the 80s, man, it was all what are those Quaaludes? It was all Quaaludes back in the
yeah. You had Laura 714s and Lemon 714. I was never big into Quaaludes. I never had problems with Quaaludes. Never had problems with Coke or anything like that. Only thing that kicked my ass was oxycodones. But the thing is when you're talking about the designer shit that's out now, in addition to, like, you know, this fentanyl stuff, like, Jesus, This stuff is measured in micrograms, not milligrams.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the world we live in now, dude. And all the people that preach all their values and all their morals and all their bullshit, the entire world is burning down around them, and they don't care. They don't care.
I think for the most part, people are just looking to make ends meet and get their food on the table, and,
Worry about themselves,
just like they always have. Just like they always have. Same thing 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 500, 1,000, 2,000. People are people.
Didn't Mordecai not bow before Ahasuerus?
No, that's the thing. He didn't bow.
Right, and that's because Mordecai was a believer, and he wouldn't bow to any man. Right.
No, Mordecai said, "I'm not bowing to a man." Period. And then they just rose up, and Esther did her thing, and then they just.
That's right here. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Yeah, Mordecai was a real believer. It doesn't have to talk about God. You could see it in the way he carries himself.
Yeah, but Mordecai was the one that was able to get Esther, because Esther was his niece.
Right, but he never said that. He told her not to say that, not to tell him she was a Jew. Yeah.
Exactly, and but the thing is, he also knew that that Esther could seduce the king. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's like there's something that's so cool about it.
He trusted God. He trusted God, and God did his thing.
Come on.
That's it, Dave. That's what it is.
You're really making this thing difficult here. I mean,
no, it's a fucking awesome story, but
Purim could be a story that's not even in the Bible. That's how great that story is, because it has to do with the people.
Right, but whatever your holiday is fucking useless.
Purim is
I know, Dave. I know he's scratchy. I don't know what's going on with your mic, Dave.
Celebration. You dress up, or the kids dress up like it's Halloween. You celebrate the Haman. There's also a cookie called the Hamantashen. You've never had a Hamantashen.
Ew, gross.
Hamantashen?
Nasty. No. Ew.
What are you talking about?
Ew. No.
Those are cookies that are made in the shape of Haman's.
No. I'm talking about dressing up and all this extra shit. Ew.
You're allowed to celebrate and enjoy. What's wrong with
I could do whatever the fuck I want. I know, but no, man. No.
Of course.
No. You observe days and times and years. I'm afraid of you. I've put all this labor into you in vain.
You're telling me that your God does not want you to have a good time?
I have a good time every day, all day, Dave. Every day, all day.
That is not making any sense, Perry.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it does not. You're saying that your God does not want you to have a good time and celebrate.
No, I'm not. No, I get to have a good time and celebrate all day, every day. I don't need certain days for it. I don't need certain days.
Perry,
my daughter dresses up as a princess almost every day.
That's great. But Perry, do you realize that by doing this, kids are going to be very interested in the story, and they want to know why they're doing what they're doing.
My kids learn the stories anyway, and I don't need special days for them to do that.
It would be a lot easier.
No, because you're selling them on fucking rituals and traditions. You're not selling them on who God really is.
But again, you've got a story where God's not being mentioned.
Well, God is mentioned, actually, all throughout the entire thing. The fact that Mordecai did not bow is his mention of God right there. Boom. He's making a statement of who he serves and who he does not serve very clearly.
Perry, you're doing your own interpretation.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, Dave, let me ask you, why did Mordecai not bow to Ahasuerus?
Because Mordecai was not going to bow to any man.
Why?
Because he was a man, not God.
Because he was a man. Okay, so who does Mordecai bow to?
Mordecai bows to God.
Exactly.
But what about the others?
Exactly.
What about the others? You're talking about one person. What about all the others that would not bow? What about the others that wound up teaming up and they got rid of Haman's sons, other people in the village, and it's a celebration of independence?
Because Esther did get them to be free. Esther did her job. Yeah.
Esther did her job. Mordecai did his job. There were a few other players in there.
Yeah, they believed, they trusted God, and God worked it out for their benefit.
No, again, there's no mention of God. You can't force that in there. I mean,
there's no forcing it in there. He's in control of everything at all times, Dave. God is in control of everything at all times. Without God, that would not have happened.
Perry, you're doing your typical interpretation.
No, Dave, I'm just
I
not
mean,
leaving
it's not
God out of
making any
anything.
sense. You know what
No,
I
I'm
mean?
just not leaving God out of anything. Look at you
There's
trying to leave
nothing
God
in that
out
story
of a
that
story
mentions that.
that is all about God.
There's nothing in that story that mentions that. I mean,
Oh,
this is why you
okay.
run into trouble.
I don't
Because
run
you
into any
interpret.
trouble, Dave.
You run into
At
trouble
all.
because you interpret. And this is why
I'm
you
not
only
interpreting
know
anything.
6 verses in the Bible.
I'm not interpreting anything. You
Yes,
just
you
said
are.
yourself,
Yes,
Mordecai
you
did not
are.
bow
And
because he
this
did
is,
not bow before men.
Perry,
Why?
this is
Because
why I
Mordecai served
question your
God.
overall skill on this book. Because
No,
if
no. My
if
skill
you
is
really
impeccable.
cannot figure this out,
Dude,
I mean,
my
I lose
skill
hope
in the
for you.
Bible is impeccable. It is unmatched.
Harry, I lose hope for you with this.
Okay, well, I lose hope for you
No,
because I know what's going to happen to you there, Haman.
you know what? Your famous words, it means what it says unless Perry wants it to mean something else.
No, it does
That is
just mean what
you
it
should
says.
insert in there.
It does just mean what it says. Dave, you just proved that when I asked you,
You just
why
proved
did
it
Mordecai
because
not
you're
bow?
inserting. Harry,
Why did Mordecai not bow to
you're
Ahasuerus?
inserting.
Why?
An
Now let me ask you a
element
question.
to the
Do you
story
think
that's not
do you
there
think that I
because,
would bow?
Harry, you listen. You've proven me right. You've proven yourself wrong. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not proving you right at all.
You know, for somebody, and I'll tell you this, I was actually impressed that you actually knew something about the story. So
I love the story. It's one of my
this is
favorites.
more
Man.
than the usual 6 verses that you recite. But again, there's no mention of God in that story. Period. And I mean, you know, what's interesting is why isn't he mentioned? Nobody gives a shit.
Because you don't need to mention it. God's in control of everything. What do you like? It doesn't need to be mentioned. It's there.
Interpretation. And
It's there. It's there. The fact that Mordecai did not bow.
You don't have a following, Perry, because you
Dave,
don't
I don't
understand this.
want a following. It's not about following me. It's about following Christ.
Nobody listens to your garbage.
It's not about following me,
Yes,
Dave.
it
It's
is.
about
It has
following
to do with
Christ.
the fact that you're lying.
It's about going by the book, and I'm not
lying,
lying. How am I lying?
I am really feeling bad for you because you're
Okay,
lying
Dave.
about this.
Whatever you say, Dave.
Harry,
Do you still sin, Dave?
I am it's very simple that there is
Do
no
you still
mention
sin,
of God
Dave?
in that book.
Do
Period.
you still sin,
There
Dave?
is no mention of God in that book.
Okay,
Period.
it's just in the Bible, which is the Word of God to begin
There
with.
is no
So there's no mention
in
of
the book
God. He just
Esther.
wrote it.
I happen to be right. You happen to be wrong. And there's a couple of other things that can be said. But look, you know what? We won't go with Shechem and Hebron and how, your boys in Acts did not know where the tomb of the patriarchs was.
Yeah,
But
we're just
that's
fine.
another whole other story where you start interpreting.
The book
But,
is perfect,
we'll
Dave.
let that go.
The book is perfect.
Perry, in its original form, maybe. The King Jimmy? No. King Jimmy's flawed.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's flawed.
Not even close.
It is
Okay.
completely flawed.
Just like you. Yep.
It is complete. Of course, I'm a human
Right.
being.
You're calling it flawed because
Just
you're
like
flawed.
you.
But the Bible's
You're a
not
human
flawed.
being, and you're flawed.
No,
And,
I'm not.
Look,
Nope.
you know
No,
what?
I was created in His image.
You
No,
know
thank you,
what?
sir.
What Mordecai did? Mordecai refused to bow to men. Problem is, Perry, you're bowing to men. You
I
are
don't bow to
bowing
men.
to the riders.
I don't bow to
of King
anybody.
Jimmy. You're bowing to the riders of the King Jimmy. Yes,
Yeah,
you
God. Yeah, it's God's
are.
word.
No,
Yeah, it's His word. David bowed to it too. Where did he go? He left. Oh, now he's back. All right,
no.
now you're
I
back.
mean, you're bowing to the
I'm
riders
not.
of the King
I'm bowing
Jimmy.
to the Bible.
You're
You're
not
right.
bowing
I bow to the
God.
Bible.
That's
Yep.
the riders of the King Jimmy.
No, it's the word of God. I
The
bow to the
King
word of
Jimmy,
God.
but Bud, that was written by man.
Nope, it's written by
It
God,
was
dude.
Written by man.
Who
I've
wrote
already
Psalms?
pointed out,
Let me ask you this: Who wrote Psalms?
Well, I pointed out so many flaws in this book.
There's no flaws,
I
Dave.
mean, there's so many flaws.
There's no
And
flaws,
you
Dave.
never are able to explain it. And nobody cares.
There's no
if you
flaws,
say, I
Dave.
follow this perfectly. This lines up, because everybody knows you're full of shit.
That's a lie.
If you did, then you would address what these flaws are one by one.
There is no flaws.
But you can't. Yes,
There is no flaws.
are. And I
I
pointed
can't
them
because
out.
there is no
That's all
flaws.
you do. Listen, if you want to bow to men and you want to bow to the riders of the King Jimmy, that's
Right.
fine.
God wrote it.
It's not
God wrote
scripture. No, listen, God is perfect. King Jimmy is not. End of discussion.
Okay. So who wrote Psalms?
That would be Davy.
Okay. So you don't think it's God's word?
So you know what? Here you go again. You're going to run and run and run. It's amazing.
No,
It
Dave,
is
you're just hard at it.
absolutely amazing. If you were really an honest individual, you would say, David, where is this flaw that
Thanks,
you're
Wilson.
pointing
No,
out?
I don't care about
But
it.
of
I
course
don't want
you
people to follow me. I
you
want them
don't
to read their
wanna
Bible.
point that out. And if you want to go to Psalms, do me a favor, go to Psalms 2:12 and explain that really nasty flaw that
There's no
shows
flaw.
Christianization of the Bible.
There's no flaw.
Heavy duty Christianization. And this proves that
There's no flaw. Kiss the Son. Yeah.
Exactly. Number one, there's no capital letters in Hebrew. That's the problem. Number two,
well, there is in English, dude.
Son, that's actually arm yourself with purity. Here's the problem that you got. Now do me a favor. Go to Psalms 2:7.
Yeah.
You see, you got Son there. So just a stupid question for you.
How about that?
The Son, no.
You know where else it is?
2:7. The
Check
Son
this
in
out.
2:7 is the Hebrew word b'nai.
Check this out. I want to show you something.
2:12, it's bar. And guess what? David did not read and write in Aramaic. Okay? This is simply more King Jimmy bullshit. Either they did not know what they were reading, which I think is very possible, or they were trying to Christianize it. Either way, you're fucked. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Psalms 2:12. Go right ahead.
No. I want to look up. I want to show you something else.
Go to the Chabad, the only legitimate source. 2:12.
Right.
2:12.
It's not. It's the
2:12.
fucking
Come on.
website,
Psalms
Dave.
2:12. Unfortunately, you're going to prove a massive flaw.
No. I want to show you something
King
cool.
Jimster. Oh yeah.
I want to show you something really cool.
The King Jimster. Of course, you're going to run from it. I know
I'm not
that.
running from anything, Dave.
Of course, you're running from it because if you
No.
were honest, you would have.
I don't want your watered down bullshit Chabad, but
Psalms
I
2:12.
do want to show you something
David
neat.
would have proven to be right as usual. Okay. I don't know why you want to do this, Perry. You're going to
There you
lose
go.
every time. This is
No,
pathetic.
Dave, you're the one losing. You still serve sin.
Perry, I'm the one that's pointing out this obvious flaw, and you should be pointing out, no, it's not a flaw.
So I want to show you
because
something
of
cool.
this.
I want to show you something really cool. All right, because it's the same. It's the same in the Shabbat. Pay
Fair
attention.
enough.
So watch. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4. He says,
Mm-hmm.
"Who hath ascended up to heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fists?"
Mm-hmm.
Dave, I want to ask you that question. Who gathers the wind in his fist? Who is that?
The Almighty. What's your
Okay.
problem?
Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who does that?
I'm going to
Almighty.
say it again.
Right,
Big guy.
the Almighty. Okay. Who hath established all the ends of the earth?
I think we already know what the answers are. So where you
The
going
Almighty.
with this?
So check it out. What is his name? The Almighty. Now read that.
Well, actually, Tetragrammaton, but go ahead.
Okay, but what's the next part? Do you see that?
No, I don't.
Where it says, what is his son's name?
First of all, why would I care?
Now watch.
what
Here's why you
King
care.
Jimmy has
Here's
to
why
say?
you should care. Here's why you
And
should
of
care.
course, you're
Here's
going
why
to
you should
do
care.
the same fraud. Perry,
There's no
you're
fraud.
simply
Dave,
proving
look.
right.
Look,
Perry,
look.
all you're doing,
Read it in the
again,
Chabad. Look,
you
read it
are
here,
proving.
and then I want you to read the Hebrew.
Perry,
I want you to read for me the
proving.
Hebrew.
Perry,
Dave,
you are
Dave,
proving
Dave,
that
Dave,
all
Dave,
you're
Dave,
doing
Dave,
right now is
Dave,
doing the
slow
fraud.
down.
That's it. That's
Look,
it.
I pulled up your
You
verses.
see
Can you just
Jesus
look
in
at this?
French toast.
Look
You
at
see
this.
Jesus in French toast. This is proof of it.
Dave, read the verse. Read the verse in the Chabad. Read
Read
the verse in the Chabad.
So it's like, quite frankly,
Proverbs
it
chapter
is a
30, verse
waste
4
of time
in the Tanakh.
trying to discuss with you because
Right.
you're not. An
Let's
honest
have a
man.
discussion then.
You're
Look at the
not an
fucking verse.
honest Man.
See how he won't do it?
You're
He
not
won't
an
look at the
honest
verse?
man. And
He can't face it?
And this is the reason why nobody really follows your message.
David,
of
you
this-
just said that
this
Shabbat is the only real
this
translation,
bullshit
right?
Because you're not honest.
David,
You're
you
not
just-
honest.
David,
What are you doing? You're
Dave,
trying to
Dave,
manufacture
Dave,
Jesus.
Dave, Dave,
You're
Dave,
manufacturing
Dave,
Jesus.
Dave, 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 Dave. You just said that Shabbat is the only real
You know what?
translation.
And again, notice how you run. Here's the other thing.
I'm not
Notice
running.
how-
You're the one running. I'm asking you to read a
What is
verse.
the name of his son? Why is that a small s? Why is that a small s?
Well, why is the H
Oh,
a small
yeah,
H?
that's right.
Why is the
Because
H a
you're not
small
gonna
H?
Christianize it.
Well, here
Look,
it's
I'm
it's
not
not.
going to play
It's
your
a
stupid
small S
game,
in the King James too.
Harry, you're supposed to be the preacher. You're
am.
supposed to be able to like.
Yeah, and you're
actually
supposed to
coach.
read the verse.
You're supposed to know these things.
You're supposed to read the verse. Read the
But
verse.
you don't because you run and you're afraid. You know.
I'm not running from anything, Dave. You're the one running.
Jesus bullshit
David,
doesn't
you're the one running.
You're the one that.
I'm
knows
showing you
that
the exact
Psalm
same thing
2:12
that's in Psalms
proves
is in
Jesus
Proverbs is
bullshit.
also in the Shabbat.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Why would you run
you're
from
sorry.
Psalms
Yeah, keep being
2:12?
sorry. You
Why
go
would
keep
you
being
run from
sorry then,
Psalms
man.
2:12?
Keep
Because
being
you know the
sorry. Just
bullshit.
keep being sorry. Keep
But,
sin.
listen,
Keep playing sin, repent, repeat.
but,
Go ahead. Do
you
it till
know
you
what?
die, man.
Jesus was a man.
Not for
Under
me.
discussion. Jesus was the man.
Jesus is God.
Anyway, Perry, it was very nice speaking to you. I hope
Likewise.
all is well. But you know what? Your sinless bullshit in Jesus really did not.
Nope.
Have
Well,
a-
okay. Well, you serve sin till you die. That's good. Good for you. You made your choice. And he left again. He ran from this one. He did not like this being in the Chabad. He did not like this. And this is my answer to what he was bringing up. The King James is absolutely perfect. It is fucking flawless. He can say there's flaws because he's flawed. And he doesn't want to admit that the King James is right. But when it comes to something like this, he won't even admit that the Chabad is right. Right? Who ascended up to heaven and descended? David said the Almighty. Who gathered wind in his fist? David said the Almighty. Who wrapped the waters in a garment? David said the Almighty. Who established all the ends of the earth? David said, you know the answer. It's the Almighty. What is his name? And what is the name of his son, if you know? It's beautiful. It's been there since the beginning. Jesus has been since the beginning. David, Abraham, Mordecai, all those guys, all of them. Abraham trusted in Jesus. Abraham knew the gospel. It's been since the beginning. It's been the same thing since the beginning. Period. Abraham had to believe that Jesus was going to set him free. So Abraham believed he was already free. Abraham believed he was perfect. David believed he was perfect. That's why David had no problem killing his best friend. But then David started feeling guilty, and Nathan was like, no, you don't get to feel guilty. God has already put it away. It doesn't matter. It's already done. He had to reassure David in his faith. But at the end of the day, David said, deliver my heart from blood guiltness, and God did. David lost his son over it, just like God lost his son over us. It's it. Jesus paid for it all. It is over. Sin is dead. And when it came down to this, proving that Jesus is God's son, David ran away. Ran away. Tail between his legs. But it was nice talking to him, I guess. So with all that being said, I really don't have anything to do. The guy did not show up. Which kind of makes me sad. If anybody else wants to click the link, you're more than welcome to come on. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it. I don't, wifey's going to be home soon, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my night. I don't know if I'll come back and do Mark later or not. Maybe. Let me see how I'm feeling in the next half an hour, 45 minutes. Other than that, what do we got here? Fucking Tim V. Oh, no. No, not going to say that name around here. Anyway, all in all, I mean, just is what it is. The Esther, Book of Esther is really good. Really, really good. It shows exactly how it's all going to go. Oh, I'm so excited. So, well, I guess that's it. I guess I will see you all later. I'm going to delete this one, and then I'll just reschedule it again for maybe tomorrow at 6. I don't know. Like, I don't want to wait and hear from dude. What else? Yeah, I've got nothing else. Hope you guys all have a good night. We'll see. If I come back on, it'll be like 10:30, which is 4 hours, or 3 hours and, wait. Yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes from now. Right? Hang on. 3:20. Yeah, that's about, well, no, 4 hours. 4 hours now. 4 hours from now. So, we'll see. But I love y'all. Salute the brethren. And enjoy your evening.